Ian Frazier, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Hey.
You wanted to start us off by telling us a little bit about Reckoning.
Yeah, so Reckoning is a very large, open-world, single-player RPG. It's got a lot of kind of the explorative aspects you expect from an open-world RPG. But the moment-to-moment experience is more like an action game. We have action combat, but built on kind of that backbone of RPG systems. So, real big, real intense combat, and very colorful.
Cool. And also, with the class system, it's a little bit different from what we're used to. Do you want to just give us a quick rundown of...
Yeah. So normally in an RPG, one of the big decisions you make up front is what your class is going to be. You start off, you're 30 seconds in, and you don't really know how the systems work yet or what's going to be fun, and you have to go, rogue. Okay, good. And if it turns out that rogues in that game are what you expected and that they're awesome, then swell. But if it turns out that, oh no, actually I hate playing rogues in this game, then you're going to be very sad. And maybe if there's respecking, you can deal with it, but it's awkward at best. In Reckoning, we wanted to get around that problem. And the idea in that sort of fiction of our world is that you're the one person on the planet who does not have a fate, who does not have a destiny. You come back from the grave and you become a free agent. So we took that sort of systemic issue and also the narrative we wanted to do, and we fused them together and made the destiny system. The way it works, you start off the game and you don't have any destiny, you don't have any class, and you get to experience the different play styles. You get to throw a ball of lightning and swing a sword, shoot a bow, and all that different stuff, and find out what you like. I mean, do you like the way the bow works in Reckoning? Oh, if you do, awesome, maybe you want to play that way. If you like the way it feels to use lightning, maybe you want to kind of go towards the mage route or what have you. At the end of the tutorial, the beginning of the game, you get to start leveling up, investing points in the different trees, the might, finesse, and sorcery trees that have their own themes. And based on what you invest, you get destinies available to you. They're presented like these sort of tarot cards, and each one of them gives you different gameplay benefits suited to the particular playstyle. So you dump every point you have into the might tree, and you unlock, warrior. You dump every point into sorcery, and you unlock seer. If you start hybridizing, let's say you put one point each of the three trees, which normally is a terrible idea in an RPG. In Reckoning, it actually works. You spread those points around, you unlock a jack of all trades destiny that gives you bonuses to all three play styles. And you can be, an hour into the game or 100 hours into the game and change your mind about how you want to play, start investing points a little bit differently, and voila, new destinies unlocked that you can embrace and use.
Awesome. Also with the tarot cards, do you know off the top of your head how many there are?
Yes, there are 40 destinies in the game. And then separately there's something else that's also a tarot card. It's called the Twist of Fate. And those are unlocked not by investing, but by specific quest decisions. So you join one of the factions in the game and you change their future in one serious way or another. You unlock a Twist of Fate that kind of reflects how you change the world. And unlike destinies, you don't equip those, you just have it turned on for forever, but they give you some sort of crazy bonus to that's appropriate to what you did.
Awesome. Also, something else that you have that's a little bit different from what we're used to is the combat system. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that? Yeah,
so the combat, as I mentioned earlier, it's very action-y. We don't want to make it a button masher, we don't want to make it something that's memorizing XXYYZ combos. So we are trying to keep it accessible, but at the same time it has a lot of the flair and sort of drama of an action game.
Yeah.
You'll notice in our animations that we'll sort of pause or slow down these key moments when you're arcing through the air, about to drop your hammer down, to give you that feeling of weight and just power to the combat. But at the same time, the controls are all very intuitive. You've got two different weapons at once. You can seamlessly go back and forth between them. Like on the Xbox controller, it's X for one weapon and Y for the other. You can just switch back and forth and smoothly, jump between your bow and sword or what have you. And you just get that quick reaction. And then all of our special abilities, or special attacks, I should say, are contextual. So instead of, let's see, I need to do X, X, Y, right trigger B to do a special move, we don't make you do that. We're not quite that mean. Instead, everything's contextual. So it's, swing the sword with a single button press. Hit the button slowly to do an uppercut that'll launch guys into the air. Or hold the button down and do like a charge dash full spin around. And you just, swing after you roll, swing after you block, swing after you dodge. They're different contexts that give you different special attacks.
Yeah. Cool. Was there any, in development, was there any kind of particular gamer type or market that you were kind of aiming towards?
So we try to hit as many people as we can, obviously, because more people buy the game means we get to have yachts, which is always great. But first and foremost, we're aiming for the RPG market. We want people, if we pull in action gamers, awesome, and we hope to do that. But first and foremost, we want people who love the genre, who love RPGs, to play this game and go, this is everything I like from RPGs, and new stuff I didn't even know I wanted, but this is awesome. Yeah. That's the goal.
Yeah. Were there any issues that you ran into, kind of?
And plenty over time. We do a lot of user testing as we work on the game, so we'll go out and we'll creepily watch you through one-way glass while you're playing the game and observe. It is really that creepy. But we've done this dozens of times over the course of development, and we'll try different things gameplay-wise, and we see what works and what doesn't. And you'll be surprised. There's a lot of things that we developed that at the time we thought, well, everyone will get this, and then no one understands it. Like, nobody uses it, or nobody goes to the place you wanted them to go to.
Yeah.
I remember early in development, Smashables were a problem for us. Everything that glowed in the world, people would run up to it and go, oh, it must be a reagent, let me harvest it. And they weren't, they were just lights. Or like, oh, let me try to attack everything. And like, oh, it doesn't break. Oh, I hate this game, this stuff doesn't break. So, we spent a lot of time iterating on that, finding like, okay, making the look of reagents obvious so people would know what to harvest versus what's just decorative, and making the Smashables in the game read so the player would understand, like, oh, I can break those things, but not those things, Just lots of little stuff like that over time. Or even one of the major factions in the game, Travelers, kind of like a thieves guild sort of a thing, where we had them in the world, nobody ever found them. Like, they're thieves, they're supposed to be secretive, but not that secretive. Everybody would just wander past them. So over time, we kind of moved them around. We found new ways to make sure the players could find that group if they wanted to join them. So yeah, tons of issues over time, but through testing, we've managed to work them out.
So if you could describe Reckoning in 3 words, what would they be?
Oh, that's tricky. Big, intense, vibrant.
Awesome. Well, guys, Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning, which is extremely hard to say.
It is. We usually just say Reckoning, to be honest with you. Kingdoms of Amalur is kind of the universe, and the Reckoning is a specific game.
Well, Reckoning is coming out in February on PS3, PC, and Xbox 360.
Yep.
Thank you very much for lending us your time. And make sure you check out capsulecomputers.com.au for your latest gaming news.